ready to ball.
I'm ready to ball.
I'm ready to ball. Let's go.
With the 60th pick in the 2014 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Jeremy Brown from Oklahoma State.
Ah, this guy, and he's terrible.
Good night, everyone, and thanks for coming.
There's my guy.
Your guy was told by his agent that he was going to be a late first round, maybe second round draft pick. Your guy's supposed to be in New York with the rest of those chumps. Your guy's about to blow his freaking lid because his dream of being in the NBA is still just a dream.
Hey, chill, man. I know this isn't how we wanted it to go down. Believe me. Like I told you, you're my last best hope at the agency. If you wash out, I wash out with you. But I was thinking, maybe this was the best thing that could have happened to you.
How you figure that, genius?
Better to go undrafted and have a choice than to be picked late by a stacked playoff team where your chances of making the team are about as high as my chances of dating a supermodel, which, despite my contagious charm, are pretty freaking slim.
So what's the move, man? Undrafted? Basketball has been my life since day one. What am I gonna do now? This can't be the end. Is my dream really dead?
Okay.
You killed it at the pre-draft workout. I lobbied for the team to take you, but some other short-sighted people in the organization thought differently. I know you belong with this level of competition. Look, you'll be running with the twos against the starters. You make an impression going against the best we got. It'll make us both look good. I want you to play with a chip on your shoulder. When you go to the hoop, I want you to think about every team that passed on you. When you swat a shot on defense, I want you to think about every player taken ahead of you. You do that, you prove you belong. Spots in this league are hard to come by, son. You gonna get one?
I know ain't nobody gonna give me anything. I'm here to take what's mine. So, here we go.
What separates the good ones from the great ones in this league is consistency.
Yes, sir. Long seasons, long playoffs, I get it.
You obviously have the skills to make it in the NBA.
But
we're not sure you have the right body type or the skill set to do it night in, night out. Hey, keep your head up. Hang in there. We'll see if we can make something happen.
move, man. What are you doing?
We got our foot in the door. The Pistons have offered you a 10-day deal.
Why not a year?
Because you're an undrafted, unproven commodity. But they saw enough to take a flyer on you. So you have exactly 10 days, 240 freaking hours to show that you belong. You perform, you got
You're now listening to Outbound.
Turn everything off. All up.
So you're the rookie that's gonna shock the world, huh?
Sure as heck gonna try.
Man, I got more than anybody on this team. Anybody.
Are you for real?
Do I look serious? Y'all can come see for yourselves. It's whatever. Bring it. Don't be scared. Yeah, I'm in the building now. That's what I thought.
And now introducing your Detroit Pistons. Starting at small forward.
Welcome, folks, to what promises to be a great Tuesday night of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside my broadcast partner, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Hart. And it's always exciting when the Cleveland Pistons trailed by 9. The Detroit Pistons, a proud franchise, of course, from 03 to 08, 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Clark in 2004, the NBA title.
But the rebuild process has had its hiccups, Kevin. Its speed bumps, if you will. Some questionable free agent signings. There's talent there, but this team hasn't quite figured out how to come together.
And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Cavaliers ball.
And the fulfillment of a lifelong dream, a special individual taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Fletcher. Well, Clark, here's a guy with quite the story. Didn't get picked on draft.
Well, Kevin, you know because of that he's going to be playing motivated. Often events like that will give a player an added edge, and I don't think there's anybody in the building more motivated than he is.
And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Not much doubt about that over-the-back call.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback ride.
A different look here for Detroit. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Andre Drummond. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Meeks. And it's Jackson in for Brandon Jennings. Smith checked in for the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers leading by 11. Verajao with a screen on Jackson. Irving drives in on the money from 12 feet away. Irving's got 7 points.
Their defense just hasn't been able to slow him down.
And that's a big reason why they're trailing, Clark. They haven't gotten many stops here.
Jackson passes to Fletcher. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Cavaliers have gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Irving kicks to Love. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been controlling the action. Well, Kevin Love is really a player who I think befuddles pundits because the numbers say he's a superstar, probably a top 5 player, but then he's never been to the playoffs. To that, I would simply say basketball is a team game. Individuals don't take teams to the playoffs. So despite that, there are some left wondering if his numbers are greater than his actual impact on the team. I'm not one of them.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned the... those free throws.
And for Love, the other reason for the skepticism, you know, he's not a chiseled, overpowering athlete. He's not flash. You know, maybe he doesn't look.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. On the court for Cleveland, the two stars, LeBron and Love. At the 3 and the 4. Irving is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Mozgov in at the 5 down low. And that one's good, Shumpert. And one thing for sure, last season, the Timberwolves were a disaster when Kevin Love went to the bench.
That's for sure, Kevin. I mean, when he was on the floor, they outscored opponents significantly. When he sat, their offense basically imploded.
Trying to get back on track. Here's Monroe, rejected by Mozgov. On the wing, James. He's guarded by Jennings. Irving kicks to Shumpert. Now Love inside. No one near James as he lets it go. The wing jumper off target.
He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, this offseason, the Pistons bringing in Stan Van Gundy in a dual role as head coach and president of basketball operations. Stan said in a lot of places there's not a connection between the front office and coaching. This setup creates a very unified organization. There are no excuses now. It's on us to get it done. We'll see if they can, gentlemen.
Well, thanks, Doris. Van Gundy builds his roster, then coaches it. We've seen that model succeed with the Spurs and the Clippers. Here's Fletcher. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Fletcher gets it to go, and that's not just any basket, folks. Those are his first points here in the NBA. Now the dish to Shumpert. Pass to James. Looking for Shumpert. He gets it there. Mozgov passes to Love. James kicks to Irving. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists tonight.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Here's Fletcher. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Big Daddy's got 4 points this quarter. For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to the Raptors in Toronto.
Tough game to lose, really. They actually put up a great fight, I thought. But, you know, when you're battling for a road win, even when you play hard, nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah, I think it's something they learn from, though. I mean, you have to convert the positives, even from a loss like that, into momentum for your next game. They got to take what they did well and kind of double down the efforts here tonight. It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Trying his luck deep, and he gets it to go. Big Daddy's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
Kicks to Mozgov. Dishes it to LeBron. Shumpert passes to Irving. 6 on the shot clock. And the 3 off target.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Fletcher. And another 3 for Detroit. The Cavaliers leading by 22. LeBron drives in. Love dishes to Mozgov. Almost, but it rolls out. There's Big Daddy. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Things finally starting to come together for them. The deficit still pretty big, but at least they're taking steps in the right direction.
And through 1/2, it hasn't even been close. Cavaliers ahead.
All right, I want everyone's eyes up here. There are a few clear lessons we should have.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about. An entirely new group now out there. Cleveland also making some changes. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Love. And it's Thompson in for Shumpert.
Well, what we saw here tonight is, one team just had everything going for it, and the other didn't. Huge margin of victory for the Cavaliers.
Clark, looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
Yeah, but they did a better job tonight. They made the most of the extra rebounds, too.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
Well, as we get closer to making this one official, we can safely say it's been a very one-sided season series. So far, they've won both of the first 2 meetings.
With 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Kyrie Irving. He was extremely efficient offensively, getting looks, knocking down big shots all game long.
Fletcher in at the 4 spot. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Lucas. Then there's Anthony Tolliver, and it's Prince in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Lucas kicks to Prince. Here's Big Daddy. Shoots the 3. Offline.
Hey, Rook, good job. For your first time out, you look right at home.
Thanks, man. I just try not to force anything, let the game come to me.
That's what we do. Too bad your effort was wasted.
Wasted?
Yeah, you got yours, but the team didn't. In this league, W's are all that matter. We got to hit it hard again tomorrow. See what we got to do to string some wins together.
Hey, man, I'm playing for my basketball life, all right? 10 days is all I got. So in 10 days, I got to make plays. I got to get mine, man. Shoot, if the team wins in the process, hey, that's great. If not, the sun will come out tomorrow.
What I hear is the guy that would rather get his, no matter how the team does. You might think that's going to help you stick, but it ain't. Coaches, GMs, and players don't dig selfish teammates. Soon you learn that lesson, the better off you're going to be. Hear what I'm saying?
It's an all-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Pistons come into town for this one. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. In the booth, as always, with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. He's checked in for Jason Richardson. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for the Pistons. On the court for the Pistons, Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt. Anthony Tolliver out there at Greg Monroe. And it's Butler in at the small forward. Smith drives in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Smith's got his first points of the game. Big Daddy's checked in for Caron Butler. Check out the rookies shooting the highest percentage over the last 10 games. A very confident group of young men right now. Second, Joel Embiid.
You know, the Sixers have really undergone a complete reversal in recent years from a team with a very old-school, traditional front office to a team that's now focused on the science and analytics of winning basketball. And quite honestly, guys, we're seeing more and more teams embrace the analytics side of things.
Smith kicks to Covington. Takes the 13-footer. That one wide left. For Detroit, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Here's Fletcher, and he gets the bucket. Big Daddy's got his second basket of the game. And for the Sixers, their new stat-driven decision-making permeates the organization from ownership, Steve, to the front office, all the way down to the coaching staff.
Well, it's where the league seems to be going, Kevin. You know, teams are trying to think further ahead and see opportunities for strategic advantages. But look, it's still a balance. You've got to have chemistry and coaching, and those numbers will come in play, but they can't be the be-all, end-all.
The dive for the ball, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession.
And while we have a chance to do so, let's take a look at some of the numbers for Greg Monroe. He's averaging 19 points per game, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, you have to game plan for him defensively.
And if you don't, Steve, he could put up a lot of points on you in a short amount of time.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Tayshaun Prince has checked in for Monroe. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Meeks. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Sampson, the pass to Sims. Shoots a 3, and that one's good. Roten's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pistons trailed by 3. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to talk with Brett Brown for a moment. There was one point in particular that he emphasized. This is a very fast team they're up against, and he told me that their goal will be to force them to earn their points in the half-court offense, not get loose in transition, guys.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
Oh, just a tremendous first quarter shooting the basketball for them, guys.
Yeah, when they put it up, it's gone in.
Jackson passes to Fletcher. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. And that's now 7 points for Big Daddy. And things went pretty well for him in his debut last game. Definitely had an impact on the game as he got his feet wet in the league.
Well, the only real bad spot on his debut is that the team came up short, but he'll be a part of plenty of NBA wins if he keeps playing how he did last game.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Kicks it out to Prince. Pass to Fletcher. Fires for 3. And another 3 for Detroit.
Big Daddy is taking him to school right now.
Here's Roten. 6 points for him. It's hauled in by Tolliver.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Puts up the prayer. No luck. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of this. Bring it up here. The 76ers leading by 8. Robinson is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Tony Roten. And it's Smith. And it's Embiid in at the pivot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Smith against Jennings. Smith's shot is good. Smith's got 6 points in the quarter.
And he's shaken off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Pass to Fletcher. Lets it fly. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Good rebound there, but overall, they're getting outworked on the glass.
Steve, I think that's what you'd expect, seeing what the score is.
Smith kicks to Robinson. The drive by Smith. No good.
That's what they call the $1 million move with the 10-cent finish. Brandon Jennings, you remember, decided to play a year in Italy right out of high school rather than to go to college. He was the first guy to do that once the NBA implemented that 1 year out of high school requirement for the draft.
Monroe's shot is good.
Defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
Smith dishes to Robinson. Robinson sets a screen for Roten. Covington passes to Smith. Roten kicks to Smith. Lock at 6. Here's Covington, guarded by Prince. They get it back. Robinson misses.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field.
Here's Fletcher. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 5 assists tonight. And for Brandon Jennings, he didn't play a whole lot while in Rome, but he stayed busy practicing and developing.
Yeah, and it didn't seem to diminish his stock that much, Kevin. You know, you go back to when he was drafted, he was the 10th pick by the Bucks back in 08.
Robinson, soft touch off the glass. Robinson's got 7 points.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
The pass to Fletcher. He tries for 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
Got to make a defensive adjustment here because he's just destroying them from three-point range.
Well, even when they've closed out on him, Steve, he's knocking them down.
There's 25 seconds left now here in the second. Smith outside. He kicks it to Covington. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's Meeks. Here's Fletcher. His 3-pointers off the mark. And
well, Karan, what do you take?
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first. If we
have a close ball game on. So it's the 7th.
Looks like someone stole your puppy.
Yeah, man. Shoot, we had that in our back pocket and let it get away.
You want to hear a secret?
Yeah, sure.
Key to lasting in this league is never get too high when you win and never get too low when you lose.
You can't feel the highest highs till you felt the lowest lows.
You do that, you're going to burn out before your first contract expires.
Hey, I'd rather burn out than fade away, old school.
been the 2K Sports live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg and Steve. Terry has checked in for...
Yo, remember back on the bully when cats used to harmonize like...